Happy Saturday, peoples. I finally got to watch day one of the Combine. I'm actually watching day two now. But I wanted to stop and make this video. My plan leading up to the draft is simple. I want to give you my impressions of each day of the Combine. Then I want to put out a big board of draft prospects. Then I want to do mock drafts and then continue to cover different specific players going forward leading up to the draft. Guys that rise and fall and that kind of thing. Do mock drafts. If you have players that you want me to look at or talk about, let me know in the comment section and I'll do it. If I haven't seen the player or don't know much about him, I'll try to research him and give you my thoughts. But today we're talking about the running backs. I want to give you my overall impression of the running backs while it's fresh in my mind. And then I want to give you my top 5 running backs coming out into the draft. The first thing I will say was that when the running backs began to run, it kind of got a little interesting because Leonard Fournette weighed in at 240 pounds. And many people thought that was, pretty heavy for him. They thought he would come in around 230, maybe even 225. So everybody thought his numbers were going to fall, including myself. But he went out there and he ran a 4.51, which was ridiculous, considering that Dalvin Cook ran a 4.50. So that was very impressive. Overall, Fournette was, to me, the most impressive because I just think he's a freak of nature. I think he is. Doesn't matter where he goes, I think he's going to be a dominant player. I think he can catch the ball out of the backfield, which is a worry for some people, but I think he can do it when he needs to do it. I just don't think he's had to do it. He hasn't had the opportunities, but he will, possibly in the NFL. So I was very impressed with him. I was also impressed with Christian McCaffrey. I thought that he was going to be a little bit less athletic than I thought. I thought he was going to be a little bit slower feet, that kind of thing. He moved very well. I was very impressed with him, and I think he's overall going to be a good player. I do. There was no real huge surprises when it came to the running backs. I think everybody who had their top guys in it were pretty much their top guys. Nobody came out of nowhere or anything like that. It was pretty much just confirming what everybody thought. Now, let me tell you my top 5. My top 5 will start with number 5. I have Alvin Kamara, however you pronounce it. I think he's very talented. He's not played a lot, and I don't know if he has some durability issues or whatnot, but I think he's a good player, and I like that he hasn't been worn out. He's got a lot of game left in him, so I think he's going to be a good player. I don't think he's a first-round pick. I think he'll go around 2nd to 3rd. That's what I think. Probably not 3rd. That's probably too far. 2nd, low 2nd is what I think. My 4th best player wasn't at the Combine. He didn't run anyways. I mean, what they do in meetings and interviews, I can't be there. So I can't make that determination about that. I can only tell you what I see on the field. But Joe Mixon, I think he is a very good player. I think he really could have used running in the Combine. I really would have liked to see his 40 speed. I believe he's about 6'1", about 225. I think he's a very good running back. I think he definitely isn't going to go in the first round now. I don't know how far he's going to drop because of his off-the-field problems, but I'm guessing somewhere between the 2nd and 3rd round he's going to drop. So he may be an interesting selection later, but it's all about off-the-field things with him, Then at number 3, I have Christian McCaffrey. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be a very good player, but he's got to go to the right team. I want to see him somewhere where they'll utilize his receiving abilities, his running abilities, everything. If he goes to a team that doesn't fit him, I think it may hurt him. I do. I think he specifically needs to go to certain teams. So I do think he will go in the first round. I think he's a first-round pick. I don't know what teams late necessarily need a running back right now, but I mean, maybe I could see him somewhere like Green Bay or something like that. But I definitely like him. My second best player is Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin Cook is a stud. I think he's a top 15 pick I think that he will go fairly early, and I think that if the right team specifically seeks him out, he may be the first running back off the board. It's not probably going to happen, but you never know. But I think he's a very good player. I think he's an all-star type running back, and I really like him. Then my number one player, as you probably already know, is Leonard Fournette. I love Leonard Fournette. I think he's a freak. The guy is 240 pounds, and he still can run and move. He's fantastic. And I don't care where he goes. I don't believe that he needs a certain system. I think that this guy is such a freak of talent that he can go anywhere and be good. No matter where he goes, he's going to be good. If he needs to learn how to catch, he's going to learn how to catch. If he needs to learn how to block, he's going to learn how to block. All this stuff is true. So that's my list of top 5. So there are guys that I want to go back and look at and view tape on. Some guys like Tariq Cohen. I thought his speed was very impressive. Very small guy, but I liked him. James Conner of Pitt. I want to go back and watch some of his stuff. These are guys that we'll look at and talk about later on as time goes. Holy crap! John Ross just ran a 4.22. He broke a record. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the receivers. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I got to go watch this. Talk to you later.